The start of Season 7 is already being credited with being the worst balancing update in Overwatch history. Is this true? And what is going on? Let's have a look. Hey guys, I'm Dimsies from the Omnic Post. Season 7 started this week, and while the patch notes for a new season are usually rather lengthy because of all the balancing changes that are included, this time around there's only 9 heroes that are being mentioned, and a good deal of them are actually instances where they roll back previous changes. Let me give you a 1-minute rundown. Orisa's Fortify was nerfed, the cooldown on Ramata's Nemesis was lowered, the number of shots to reach maximum spread for Wrecking Ball was increased, Zarya was reverted, mostly. Cassidy gets a lot more damage reduction on his roll, Mei was reverted, Torba will shoot slower and have less health when overloading, Brigitte hits harder, and Yari's direct heal was nerfed. That's it. It was actually the first thing I noticed when I saw those patch notes, that they were a little light. Now some people are getting extremely upset about this, to the point that they smashed the keyboard on their desk at least 3 times while writing an angry comment. Impressive. But why are they so angry? The most popular reason is that Blizzard is not dealing with the current tank issues. The issue being that it currently is more fun to run the 100-meter sprint in sandals made with Lego blocks than it is to play tank in Overwatch. And if you have seen my video from a few weeks ago, you know I agree. But to be honest, I never expected him to fix it in this update. Support players were in the same boat a year ago, and it took him 6 to 7 months to fix that issue, which actually resulted in the new issue for the tanks. My point not being that they're slow, but that it is not as simple as just toggling some switches. I must have said this about 1,000 times by now. But balancing 35 heroes for millions of players in both high-end tiers and the lower casual tiers in a team-based shooter that hinges on counterplay, yeah, good luck. It's not easy. It's actually near to impossible. And I know, some of you might think that you know how to fix this. But look, unless you have worked on games like Apex or Valorant as hero designers, sorry to say this, but you're the equivalent of that old guy that wiggles up to a construction site every single day to tell the construction workers how to do their job. My point just being, if you had hoped for the big old fix for everything that is going on in this season, well, you need to be more patient. That being said, they could have done more. What they basically did is reset some of the heroes, and you gotta admit that, address some of the more pressing issues. Heroes that were either dominating or very underwhelming since the last update, just bringing them closer together. Look, I was slightly puzzled but not too worried. What doesn't happen now could happen in a mid-season patch or in the Season 8 patch. But then I saw a discussion between some of the content creators about all of this. And someone pointed out that Sombra might be the cause of all this. That someone was Questron, who is an upcoming content creator that kind of focuses really hard on Sombra. His point was that the developers did this deliberately, so they would be able to fully gauge the impact that the Sombra rework has on the complete meta. The same way they do it in other branches of development, or in science in general, by creating a controlled environment. A playing field where some of the outliners were addressed, but that plays rather similar to the previous season. Which actually makes sense. Is it fun? No. But look, reworking a hero while you balance the of all the other heroes is like riding a seesaw on a rocking ship. Either someone is going to get really nauseous or they're going to fly off the ship. And then I started thinking, this might be the reason why they're waiting 5 weeks to release the Roadhog rework. Because he also needs that controlled environment, and he would be disruptive for the environment in which Sombra is released. And by the way, Roadhog's rework is probably one of the main reasons that they haven't tackled the tank problem yet. Because his rework is definitely going to have an impact, and most likely positive. They're definitely going to try and steer that in the good direction. On top of that, it's going to be another learning moment for them. Learnings that they later can use to fix the tank role in general. On top of that, 4 weeks later, the new tank hero is going to be added to the roster. Another impactful moment for the meta in general and for the tank specifically. There might actually be a reasoning behind those lackluster patch notes. And it's not like they're going to tell us. Maybe they should. Look, in the end there are 3 options. Either they have been sitting on their ass for the last few months, or they are understaffed and they can't take on everything at the same time, or they are hitting the brake to avoid further escalation and to properly assess the work they did. No more shooting from the hips, which is something that a lot of people have been complaining about, and more of a scientific approach. You can believe whatever you want. I'm going for a mix of 2 and 3. But I think we can all agree that a more research approach, where they try to avoid chaos, is going to pay off for all of us on the long run. We just need to be a little patient. Not easy. Now, the best way to check if they have been sitting on their is to look at Alec Dawson's Battle Pass progress in Season 6. If he is beyond level 250, we are going to riot. But what do you think? Are they lazy? Or is this indeed the result of the Sombra and Roadhog rework? Let me know in the comments. A big thank you to my patrons for their support. You guys are legends. You too can join the Omnic Post family over on patreon.com/theomnicpost. Make sure to subscribe for more updates on Overwatch. And join me during my streams right here on YouTube or over on twitch.tv/DimsiesTV. Till then, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Bye bye.